Squirrels. Hey, this is Wednesday, September 6th, as we get information for you today. Possible is on Friday. Those of you who owe me your book report book, hopefully you'll show it to me by tomorrow. The Magic Lens notes came due in the back of the notebook. Good job. Shout out to 5th period, because my first times in years I've had a 5th period where every kid did their homework. It brought a little tear to my teacher eye. But we still have a lot of year left within the family, and a lot of class period left, because we're getting ready to get into impact learning. You're going to need the short story notes and things from there. This is for everybody, which is the Heroes Pizza Party coming up a week from this Friday, so a week and 2 days from here. And it's open to every hero, so you get to find out who the other cool heroes are, and we'll get to introduce you to that. It is $5 if just you come, $10 if the whole family comes. And then to bring food, you don't have to hang out with adults or parents or teachers. You just have to come and hang out with your kids, eat sugar and a whole bunch of pizza, and have lots and lots of fun. Then we got to our bell work for today, the Magic Lens that you spent all this time working on. Here's where it starts paying off, because each week we are going to be getting into Magic Lens, where you're going to be doing little grammar things to try and make you a better person. For this one, we're going to introduce you to what's called impact learning, where your learning is going to have an impact on other people. So in a moment, we're going to take one of you who volunteers deep down in your heart, and you're going to have to stand up and read through our first sentence, where it says, Mr. Brovicast is a kind and gentle man. And then every time you make a mistake, it impacts the entire class, unless they can tell it was a mistake. In that case, they're going to let you know that it was the wrong thing, and they'll guide us through it. It'll make more sense in a moment. Those of you playing the home game, which you're going to want to do, is the bell work up there. You just write down those 5 sentences and then just label each word. Zodiac, kind, gentleman, and so forth, stuff like that. You're probably going to want to turn the volume down until it goes to 2 screens later, because if not, then you're going to have surprises coming. So, surprise! And you'll figure out how it works here in a moment. Joaquin.
So for your impact learning.
You realize this is your last question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was adding I wasn't finished that way. Anyway, so your impact learning, so the screaming, is that how it affects the whole class?
We'll find out. So with our first one, we get to sort of go deep into it from Jacob. Thank you for volunteering. I felt strongly with you on that one. Don't worry, we have another volunteer coming in a moment. You got the first one done, didn't you?
Yes.
Then that was niceness, because they get tougher as we go through. So when criminal volunteers for the second one, it gets much, much tougher. So Jacob, you're going to stand, and you're going to walk over there so you're not in front of the camera. Good job. Now here's what's going to happen as we go. There you go. You're going to go through, and we're going to just label each one. So Mr. Broviac, you're going to tell me which part of speech it is. Same thing with is, kind, gentleman. You don't have to worry about the word a. Okay. If you're wrong, it impacts everybody, because I smack this hard, we all have to jump like, ah! If he gives the wrong answer, let's say he says Mr. Brovicast is a verb, and you're like, no! You let me know that, because as soon as he says verb, you cover your ears. Oh, God! And that's how we know that you think he is wrong. And then I call on you for what you think the answer is. If you cover your ears and cannot explain to me your answer, I charge you B points, because that means you're just calling him a liar. And if you call him a liar, that's just mean. But that means the people in the audience have to know the correct answer also. You are absolutely right. That is definitely how these things are going to work out. So you get to cover your ears only if you know he is wrong. Kevin.
Question about your stick thingy,
yeah.
So, as you whack the podium with it,
faster.
Is that why it's duct taped? Like you hit it so hard one time?
No, that was actually
so it hurts people more.
Because of an idiot child who stepped on it.
Oh, yes.
I don't break things.
Idiot child.
There you go. This is the superpower. All right, Jacob. Now, once again, your hint is there is at least one noun, one verb, and one adjective in each sentence. Okay. Mr. Brovicast is a kind and gentle man. That has never seen a truer sentence in my entire life. All right. Mr. Brovicast. What part of speech is that?
A noun.
Noun. See, I let him do it, and I look around and see if you're covering your ears. That means you think it's wrong, and you're going to tell him what the correct answer is. Christian.
Pronoun.
He says pronoun. Why do you say pronoun?
Because it's specific.
He says pronoun because it's specific. No, you get to make the final call. So you get to either use yours, or you can change it to his. But you have like 3 seconds. I don't wait forever.
It takes the plate. No. Oh wait, pronoun.
You want to go with pronoun?
No.
Kevin, you can't cover your ears because you're the one that gets to make the choice. So you have to be confident.
No.
What do you say it is?
Wait,
I meant proper noun. Pronouns and proper nouns are 2 totally different things.
That is true.
It's a noun overall.
Oh, it's a noun.
There you go.
So what's your final answer?
Noun.
You can't cover yours.
Now.
Good job. It'll be a noun. Now for me, I just underline it in the color. If yours is wrong, here's where you fix it. If you had yours labeled as pronoun or verb, you're like, what was I thinking? And you go ahead and do the correcting of it now. And so I'll just highlight it in colors and help you out. All right, Jacob. Next one is
A verb.
verb.
Wait, which one?
It's kind.
He's correct. That's a
It
verb.
can be kind.
Oh,
Oh, what? Oh my god.
Kind.
Adjective.
Adjective. It's correct again. Good job. And
A verb.
verb. Julian, why do
It's a conjunction.
you say conjunction?
Type of conjunction. Connect. What?
He says a conjunction because it connects words.
It's a conjunction. Wait, I
I wrote down the sentence.
don't. Stop. Wait.
3,
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
2.
Conjunction. Okay, conjunction.
You want to go
That's
conjunction?
my final answer. Final answer.
It's correct. That's a conjunction. Gentle.
Adjective.
It's correct again. And
Noun.
man.
Now.
Oh my god, no.
Wait, what?
Joaquin.
Pronoun.
You say pronoun?
Yeah.
Joaquin, do you want to say why?
Oh, I was reading the wrong sentence. Never mind.
So what'd you say it was?
Noun.
Noun. Kevin?
I think it's a pronoun because it's not.
I don't think it's a pronoun. I think
Because
it's a
like
noun.
on the magic notes it says.
Final answer.
Okay.
It's correct. Well done. That is a noun.
So, how many points do I get?
None. You get one of those.
Oh.
You were very brave. I'm very proud of you on that.
Next.
So now I get to switch to a girl. Bravery from there. We get
It's
It's
scary.
like it just goes.
right from there. It could be anybody, but I think Dahlia. Thanks. Alright. The talkative students anger him. Alright. Good, brave, me too. You don't have to worry about the. You can skip that one. We're going to do talkative.
A verb.
Verb.
Oh, wait, I don't know.
Miles?
I thought talkative was an adjective
Why?
because. Never mind. Never mind.
No, I know why. I know why. It's an
Jasper?
adjective. It's an adjective.
Oh, it's an adjective.
Why?
Because it describes something.
What does it describe?
Students.
He says it's an adjective because it describes students.
What did Dahlia say?
She said verb.
She says it's a
Oh,
verb.
girl.
It can be both.
You get to make your final call though.
Adjective.
3. Is that what you want to go with? You gonna let him convince you?
Sorry.
That it's an adjective? That's your answer?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Girl.
Talkative. Who would have thought we could add so much pressure to school? And then students.
Peer pressure is not a good thing, Mr.
What'd you say it was?
Protect.
Noun? Pronoun? Say pronoun? Just noun?
Please be blue. Okay.
Anger?
Adjective.
Adjective?
Wait, no, it's a verb.
No. Verb?
Yeah.
I thought it was a.
Covering your ears? No.
No.
Correct. It's a verb.
Oh, I thought it was.
And him is what? Him is a noun.
Pronoun.
Why pronoun?
Because him is a pronoun.
He says him is a pronoun.
Can you get it wrong?
3, 2,
Say pronoun.
1. What?
Verb.
Verb.
Now.
What's your final answer?
Now.
Just noun now?
No, Joaquin, you can't call it.
Jesus!
I told you so.
It was
I should have beat that.
way to be brave.
I should have beat that.
Tomorrow,
I
we're
don't
going
want
to
to
finish out grade 4 and 5 and come back to those. I'm glad we could find a way to add a little bit more pressure and stress.
It looks like a rainbow.
Dahlia, I told you.
Literally right there. Dahlia, that was great.
Answers.
Yep, now they're gone.
Dahlia, I told you the answer.
I don't want
Kids
to
who are
hear
smart will
anything.
probably go back and watch the video.
I scratched my leg.
Miles.
Okay. Are we gonna do 2 truths and a lie? Because you said that.
Only we paid attention when we asked about that just a moment ago. So now, the story from before, if you are not done with the bell work, you have homework. Because we are going to do 3, 4, and 5 tomorrow. And we're going to take 3 more people to stand up tomorrow. But we can't do it all today. We get to spread out the fun because I'm afraid some of you are going to have a heart attack. So I figure we'll push some of that heart attack to tomorrow. For this, we got through this story before, but I don't think we got through the internal and external with you guys.
We did.
Did you get through both of us? Did the quick speedy review. What is the definition of internal conflict?
Internal conflict is
a major
like this
decision.
decision or this decision.
So when we get to internal, how do we have to write internal conflict?
This or this.
Nicely done.
And don't be a globetrotter and write
Not.
Nicely done. So the turtle, he could race the rabbit or
Stay home.
works for me.
Or
Ignore,
do
stay
not.
home. And the rabbit's choice was during the race. What does the rabbit do?
Sleep
Sleep or win the race.
Sleep
There
or
you
not.
And then how do we have to write external conflict?
It's physical things that happen inside this story.
Written as what, Alex? Nicely done. Something versus something. And what is the battle in this story? Turtle versus rabbit. Boy versus loss of points for blowing bubble. Turtle versus rabbit. Works for me, something like that. You don't have to write these down. This is not on the sheet. They're completely different notes you had to write down that are from the video from yesterday that you watched, so don't worry about it. You're good to go. And then I also did rabbit versus his own stupidity, because apparently he had issues from there. Now, we're going to see how well you can actually fill in stuff on a story, but we're going to do it together and help you. We're going to take a look at a story called The Lady and the Tiger, or The Lady or the Tiger. No, we still have like 10 minutes, which is like 1 minute, but 10 times as much. So here, I'm going to have you download the story that we're getting ready to get to. Or pile everything on your desk and have me charge you points because I'm still teaching, which is a bold move to make. So we're going to download a story called The Lady and the Tiger, or The Lady or the Tiger. Both titles work for it. And we're filling in the backside of this piece of paper.
Right now.
We're going to do it. I know. Would have thought I would expect you to be responsible and learn at the same time. I'm going to be giving you the answers as we go through if you pay attention. If you don't pay attention, it becomes homework. So that's my gift to those of you who can pay attention. With the story that's going to be on here, I've already had kids in my other classes who have lost the right to have their iPad during class, and they have to get the paper version for everything, because while we're busy doing stories, they're busy playing games. If you can't handle having your iPad, let me know by making a poor choice. So as we're reading, you're going to be flapping birds and swiping fruit and stuff like that, and then I get to take the iPad from you and give you paper iPad. What's a paper iPad? It's just a piece of paper with the story written on it instead. Some people can't handle the responsibility. So here, as we go through the story, we're doing the side that says Lady and the Tiger. As we introduce characters, you're going to write the characters down. As we figure out things in the setting, you're going to write the settings down. It's kind of right there in the stuff we're going to go over.
Oh.
I'd call on you, but I can count to 3.
Oh,
That's good. I don't have to call on you at all. As we get into it, this is going to disappear in a moment, and every time I do a story with you, I also create a little picture to go along with it because I like visual things. So I'll pop that picture up in a moment. And I animate things in my pictures. It's called Brovi animation because I like to brovinate things. It's a long story. Here we're going to get into The Lady and the Tiger, which is going to be about a lady and about a tiger.
no way.
No.
Mine.
Oh, I'm going to read like the first 2 paragraphs. We're going to figure out 2 of our main characters. We're also going to figure out when it's taking place and where it's taking place. So hopefully that helps you get going along those lines. Julian?
Can I read?
Not yet. Today I will read, and then eventually I'll have you guys read, but I want to make sure we don't fall too far behind with our excitement over learning today.
Wait,
Apparently we do so many different things.
yeah, so.
Didn't call on you, weird. Everyone has this downloaded?
Yeah.
Alright, so I can make this disappear. Okay. There's our picture of a weird thing I'll explain in a moment. You want to know if I was going to go ahead and start reading? I am.
No.
The Lady and the Tiger. Once, in a kingdom long ago, where ancient customs prevailed, a gardener's son dared to love the king's only daughter, the Princess Royal. Now, that was bad enough, but as luck would have it, the princess loved the boy in return, and that was worse. Of course, the two never had a chance to actually speak to each other, but they exchanged many glances and occasionally blew each other an unseen kiss when they hoped nobody was looking. They both knew that loving each other was not right, but they loved each other all the same. Oh, how they longed to speak. Wait, we already know, one, our two main characters.
Our setting.
And we were so who's one of our main characters?
The princess.
The princess. And the other one?
Boy.
Gardener's son or boy. So those are our two main characters. As far as the descriptions, you're probably going to have to wait till we get farther into it to figure out from there. As far as the setting, we know where it's taking place, which is
Far away.
yes, that's not aware. In a kingdom counts as aware. For the when, it tells you in the very first sentence. Long ago. So that's all we know. Now we'll have more specifics as far as locations and the winds coming up. But so far, we know that hiccup already. Oh wait, and we know how the boy and the girl feel about each other.
They
They like each other. Heart
They
bubbles.
can't like each other.
She's a boy.
But it is illegal for them to like each other because she's got money and he's a scrub.
I know, scrap.
Oh, how they longed to speak to each other, to whisper loving things to each other, or even, but this hardly bore thinking of, kiss each other. Still, for many months, they were happy with their secret love, gazing from afar at each other. But at about the same time, the princess and the boy realized that this was not enough. When he helped out in the garden, the boy spent more and more time under the windows of the princess's royal chambers. And the princess spent more and more of her time looking out her windows, hoping for a moment when the two could finally speak. One lovely spring day, the longed-for moment finally arrived. We found out more about the setting. What else did we find out about the setting?
Spring.
Spring
There
day.
you go. Spring. It's taking place in the spring. The princess was in her sitting room, staring out the window, and her maids had retired at her command. The gardener's son was weeding near the palace walls, and the other gardeners were out of sight around the corner. And the boy drew near the princess's window just as she looked down. The princess leaned out the window, the boy stood up, and the two were just inches away. And finally, the boy said the first thing he had ever said directly to the princess. "I love you," he said simply. "I love you," the princess replied. But that was their undoing, for as she spoke, the door to her bedroom opened, and who should enter but the king himself. Hearing her words, he strode to the window and caught the unfortunate gardener's son still standing outside the window, smiling upwards. Pause for a moment. We introduced a new character. Who's our new character?
The king.
The king.
Gardener.
Otherwise known as a father. And anytime we introduce fathers into things, it gets awkward. Because the father catches his daughter saying something really awkward. And what does he catch her saying?
I love you.
I love you.
That's good. I love you. Now, it turns out the boy and the girl who loved each other and blown each other little kisses for so long had never spoken until today. And they finally got their first chances to speak. From there, Kamka, what is it the boy finally gets the chance to say to the girl? I love you too, Kamka. Thank you.
Oh.
It's such an easy joke. Works
You're on
every
video,
time.
you know that, right?
I know. I confessed my love. It's okay.
Oh.
From there, we now have them saying the fact that they love each other. And the king walks in, and we find out that it is illegal. Here's the trick. The king doesn't know if the gardener's son said, "I love you," or not. He only heard his daughter say it. If the gardener's son said it, he goes to jail or gets put to death because it's completely illegal. But because the king doesn't know, he puts the boy on trial, which is what we have getting ready to come up. And so he has this special system where he doesn't use judges or court systems or lawyers. He has a special thing called doors. And that's how he can figure out if the fisherman is innocent or guilty through the use of doors.
Fisherman?
Fisherman? I meant gardener's
I
son.
was like, are we on
Not
the
a
other
fisherman,
story?
sorry. I was already thinking about my next story, which is also fun. Justice in this kingdom was swift, and in the eyes of this most just of kings, it was always fair. But there was one method of dealing with all serious offenses, and it was used on everybody, rich or poor, minister, gardener's son. The king had a large arena built right on the palace grounds. Prisoners were led to the center of the arena, and they were faced with two large doors. The prisoner was then to choose one of the doors and open it. Behind one door was always a lovely lady, and behind the other, a fearsome tiger. The doors were well padded, so there was no way to hear the roars or rumblings of the ferocious beast behind one door. And nobody but the king himself ever knew behind which door was concealed the lady, and behind which the tiger. If the prisoner opened the door with a lady, he was married on the spot and immediately rose to a powerful position in the kingdom. If he opened the door with a tiger, he would be eaten by the fierce beast. Thus felt the king. The bell would ring, and we'd have to wait till tomorrow to find out the rest
I
of
wanted
it.
to hear the rest.
Tomorrow we are going to get to 3, 4, and 5 on our grammar. I can't wait to see how well we do with that. And we're going to fit out our story. Kid who's standing just to see if I'm going to torture her.